Welcome back, English adventurers. In today's episode of Learn English with the Hobbit, we pick up the story as Bilbo, in a rush and quite unprepared, finally joins Thorin and the company on their journey. From forgotten hats to comic cloaks, this part is both amusing and full of vivid descriptions. Let's dive in. Up you two get, and off we go, said Thorin. I'm awfully sorry, said Bilbo, but I have come without my hat, and I have left my pocket handkerchief behind, and I haven't got any money. I didn't get your note until after 10.45 to be precise. Don't be precise, said Dwalin, and don't worry, you will have to manage without pocket handkerchiefs and a good many other things before you get to the journey's end. As for a hat, I've got a spare hood and cloak in my luggage. That's how they all came to start, jogging off from the inn one fine morning just before May on laden ponies, and Bilbo was wearing a dark green hood, a little weather-stained, and a dark green cloak borrowed from Dwalin. They were too large for him, and he looked rather comic. What his father Bungo would have thought of him, I daren't think. His only comfort was he couldn't be mistaken for a dwarf, as he had no beard. They had not been riding very long, when up came Gandalf very splendid on a white horse. He had brought a lot of pocket handkerchiefs and Bilbo's pipe and tobacco. So after that the party went along very merrily, and they told stories or sang songs as they rode forward all day, except of course when they stopped for meals. These didn't come quite as often as Bilbo would have liked them, but still he began to feel that adventures were not so bad after all. That was a fun section, wasn't it? Poor Bilbo didn't even have time to grab his handkerchief before the journey began. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the words and phrases from this part. These expressions will help you sound more natural and understand English storytelling better. And hey, if you're enjoying these episodes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment below. We read them all and love hearing your thoughts. Up you two get. A way to tell two people to get up quickly. It's an informal command like saying, come on, you two, stand up. Thorin is telling Bilbo and another dwarf to get moving, and it adds energy to the scene. Off we go. Let's start moving or begin a journey. A cheerful way to begin an adventure. You might hear this when someone is ready to leave. All packed? Off we go. Note, a short written message. In this case, Bilbo means the letter left by the dwarves. I didn't get your note is like saying, I didn't see your message in time. Precise, exact, or accurate in detail. Bilbo says to be precise, meaning he's giving the exact time. But Dwalin responds playfully, suggesting it's not the time to be picky. Spare, extra, or available to use if needed. Dwalin has a spare cloak and hood, perfect for Bilbo, who forgot his gear. We often say spare key, spare room, or spare time. Hood, a part of a coat or cloak that covers the head, like on a hoodie or cloak. Bilbo borrows a green hood from Dwalin. It's too big, but does the job. Cloak, a long, loose coat without sleeves. Think of what wizards or adventurers wear. A classic fantasy garment. Bilbo now looks like a proper traveler. Jogging off, leaving while moving at a steady, light pace. They aren't running fast, just trotting along on ponies. Jogging off sets the scene for a gentle departure. Laden, heavily loaded or carrying a lot. The ponies are laden with supplies, bags, tools, food. It's a word that paints a rich, heavy picture. Weather-stained, marked or worn by exposure to weather. Bilbo's borrowed cloak isn't new. It's a bit faded or worn from use. It shows travel and adventure. Large, bigger than the usual size. The cloak and it don't fit Bilbo properly. They're large and make him look funny. Comic, funny or amusing. Bilbo looks rather comic in his oversized clothes. Not heroic, yet charming in a Hobbit-y way. Daren't, to not have the courage to do something. I daren't think means I don't even want to imagine. A very British expression. Comfort, something that makes you feel better. Bilbo's only comfort is that he doesn't look like a dwarf. At least he has his own identity. Splendid, very impressive, wonderful. Gandalf arrives looking splendid on a white horse. He always knows how to make an entrance. Party, a group of people traveling together. Here, party means a group of adventurers, Bilbo, Thorin, and the dwarves. Merrily, in a happy and cheerful way. They travel merrily, singing, joking, telling stories. It's a joyful moment in their journey. Forward, ahead in the direction one is facing or going. They ride forward toward the unknown, continuing their adventure. It's both literal and symbolic. Bilbo is finally on the road, and although he's unprepared, uncomfortable, and wearing oversized clothes, he's taken the first real step into the world of adventure. As they ride along together, we see the first glimpses of camaraderie, joy, and of course some good OL Hobbit reluctance. Let's see what lies ahead.